Weird rumbling drums in the background.
I bought over 445s on eBay. Now I'm going through them, cleaning each one, and looking for lost gems.
And the next one is a group called the Honeycombs. The A side, I think, is Have I the Right? The B side is Please Don't Pretend Again. I don't have good expectations of this one. It's on the Interphon label. I don't know what that is. One side, the A side, Please Don't Pretend Again, says a Pi Records UK recording. So all I have to go by, since I'm not familiar with this, as far as I know, is the band name, the Honeycombs, which could be a cool psychedelic garage rock band, but it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it's some kind of sassy girl group or something, which is not my thing. I also can only judge this by the song titles. Please Don't Pretend Again sounds a bit relationshipy, and Have I the Right? It just sounds like teenage melodrama. I don't know. Somebody called Gary owned this record, so can we trust Gary's good taste? The Honeycombs. The Honeycombs. I will say that Please Don't Pretend Again was written by Meek and Lawrence. Maybe it's Joe Meek. Maybe it's some kind of wild, crazy studio thing. The other side was H, period, space, ampersand, space, A, period, space, Blakely. I don't know. This one just rubs me the wrong way. Interphon and Honeycombs. Let's see, which was the A side? Oh, Please Don't Pretend Again. That does not sound promising. Let's see if it blows our mind anyway. Okay. A little more jagged than I thought. Cool guitar, obviously. Sounds like a Badfinger melody, but 6 years earlier. Terrible lyrics. No lyrics, basically. It's not as bad as I thought. It's actually has a good sound. Very thin, kind of trebly, prominent tambourine. Weird rumbling drums in the background. Pretty cool guitar. That singing's competence just... Can't you see I love you so? And I, more than I can say. Come on, who writes lyrics like that? Who, what? How is that ever a thing? Over and over and over and over. However, the guitar is saving this song. I mean, saving is a strong word. All right, fair enough. Some good ideas going on here. That croony, fatuous singing, though. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why? Boy, oh boy. The stomping beat of this would suggest that it's influenced by the Beatles, like maybe during Beatlemania or right after Beatlemania, 64, 65. The tambourine would suggest that it's a part of the whole Bob Dylan, Byrds, Beatles kind of folk rock kind of era. And if that's true, surely the Honeycombs knew that lyrics had developed beyond this. Punk. I bet they tore it up live. I actually do wonder about the Joe Meek connection. Could it be Joe Meek? It's a very interesting sounding thing. It's got the UK thing on the label. Joe Meek could have produced this. If that turns out to be true, I win something, an internet prize. For whoever produced it. Whoever wrote the lyrics needs to be punched in the face. Brutal. That's brutal. Can you imagine this with a grittier singer, or the same singer with better lyrics, like a more interesting point of view? Wow. Well, shiver me timbers, this one sizzled. Both the songs. Please Don't Pretend Again by Meek and Lawrence. Have I the Right by H&A Blakely. The lyrics were terrible. The production was amazing. The guitar and the drums were brutality themselves. I want to find out more about this. Could it actually be Joe Meek or whoever it was? Who gets the credit for this awesomeness? Good job, Interphon. Let's go find out more. As it turns out, I'm a genius and I win the internet forever, because this single really was produced by the mad genius Joe Meek himself. In fact, it was one of 3 #1 hits in the UK that he produced, all in his own apartment in London, to the annoyance of his landlord downstairs. The Honeycombs were a 5-piece group from London. Their drummer was a woman named Honey, hence the name. Have I the Right was written by songwriters Ken Howard and Alan Blakely. I'm not sure how they got H&A Blakely out of that. Anyway, it was Mr. Meek who wrote Please Don't Pretend Again.
And the third record turned out to be a hit. But this brought on a lot of difficulties because the major record companies decided that they didn't want small operatives, and so they did their best to squash us out of the shops.
The brutal percussion was recorded by Joe Meek using 5 microphones clipped to the banister in his apartment. He had the band members stomp on the stairs. Have I the Right came out in 1964 and was a #1 hit in the UK, #5 in the US. The band toured the world and had particular success in Japan and Sweden. Joe Meek, infamously, did not fare well. He became paranoid and delusional, and in 1967 he killed his landlord and then himself with a shotgun. The Honeycombs, whose lineup had changed anyway, drifted apart after that. Latter-day incarnations have featured various permutations of original members and newer ones. Oh, and the Honeycombs recorded a German version of Have I the Right called, obviously, Hab ich das Recht?
Bleib bei mir für alle Zeiten, dann wird dich mein Herz begleiten. Bleib bei mir, oh darling, bleib bei mir.
I will say